What do we know about number 88, San Jose Sharks defenseman Brent Burns? Well, we know he's one of the best defensemen in the NHL. We know he has an absolutely ridiculous shot. The guy can put up numbers, he can hit, he can fight, and look at that beard. This guy can pretty much do it all as a defenseman. He is the ultimate defenseman. But what if Brent Burns played as a forward? We all know Burns can put up numbers as a defenseman. I want to see if he can translate that and put some numbers up as a forward. In this video, we are going to be using Brent Burns' 94 overall Movember item in Hockey Ultimate Team. This is the best Brent Burns item that you can get. We are going to be playing him with all three synergies active: Wicked Wrister, Heavy Hitter, and Long Range Bomber. The guy is an absolute beast at 6'5", 230 pounds. For the sake of this video, we are going to be playing Brent Burns 3 games as a forward and 3 games as a defenseman. Now, I put him on every single defensive line I possibly could. If I could put him as my goalie and my coach, I would do that as well. He is playing on every single defensive line possible. Burns is a huge supporter of the Canadian and the United States military. He is all about the troops. So much so that in 2009, when playing with the Minnesota Wild, Burns purchased a suite at the Xcel Energy Center for members of the military and their families to attend Minnesota Wild home games, which is awesome. Now, for Brent Burns as a defenseman, I didn't really know what to expect. In game number 1, he got a nice assist right here. You're going to see on a Carlson goal, but I thought he was going to be slow, and I thought that because he's so big. The guy's 6'5", 230 pounds, but quickly I realized he is the opposite of slow. The guy is a beast. He's half an elephant out there, but he goes end to end like it's absolutely nothing. Again, he has a ridiculous shot. Look at that. No goalie stopping that. I don't care if you have early 2000s Patrick Waugh in net. Nobody is going to stop that. Now, Brent Burns, obviously he's a beast out there, so he is going to be pretty much impossible to knock off the puck. Out of every player I've used this year, probably last year too, Brent Burns goes end to end the easiest. He makes it look so easy. He can skate through everyone. You can see here I scored 3 goals and Burns gets them all. That is a hat trick for the big guy. Now, one thing I was a bit disappointed in was his physical play. He never really laid anybody out, but he did use the big frame to get loose pucks, and when Brent Burns gets loose, he makes things happen. There you go, getting a nice assist there on a Malhotra goal. But again, this guy is just phenomenal. I don't have a bad thing to say about him besides his lackluster physical play, but I mean, when he's scoring goals like that, hitting doesn't really matter. Now, throughout the 3 games that Burns played as a defenseman, he had 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points in 3 games. That is very, very impressive. He was a +6, 13 shots on net, 11 hits. Now again, his hitting wasn't really phenomenal. I don't know if it was me or if it was just how I was lining up my hits, but he never really crushed anyone. He was just a good, big physical presence out there. I ended up going 2-1 with Burns as a defenseman. Let's see how this tank does as a forward. Brent Burns has an obsession with snakes and reptiles. In his home, he has a reptile room. I'm not making this up. Have a look at this.
Basement is my reptile room. This should be a clown ball python. This is called an ivory ball python.
How many snakes do you have in here?
Probably around 40. Close to 40.
Dude's got 40 snakes living in his basement. This guy's nuts. Now it's time for Burnsy as a forward. You can see here I'm playing him alongside 91 Movember McDavid and 96 Team of the Week Sidney Crosby. So I'm giving this guy the best opportunity to prove to me he is a better forward than a defenseman. Again, playing him on every single offensive line I possibly can. Now the thing is with Brent Burns as a forward, he was much more physical. I'm not sure why, but when he was physical, he created a ton of ice for his teammates. They ended up finding him in front of the net most of the time, and he put it in the back of the net. Now, my favorite goal I've ever scored, look at Burns killing one guy, then injuring another, goes in and scores a goal. I was so stoked on this goal. Sends that guy into next month. How are you doing? See you later. Destination owned, and he's gonna come in here, beat Marty Turco. That was awesome. I love that clip. That was so much fun. Burns is just a tank, has a ridiculous shot still as a forward. Now this guy was ragging the puck a little bit, so I went ahead and gave him the old LOL, and he said Burns murdered me. This guy ended up quitting, so that's kind of hilarious. Brent Burns made that guy quit. Now you're going to see in the stats in a couple seconds here that Burns put up more numbers as a defenseman, but as a forward, I loved how he played. Everybody just tried to go hit Burns, tried to attack Burns, and that left a lot of people open. He just has the nicest hands. I literally don't have a bad thing to say about him. I wish that I had a bad thing to say, but I just don't. He is the complete player. He made things happen there, gets on the open puck, causes a turnover, and just goes knee down, bar south. That is a nice goal. So like I said, he had more points as a defenseman, but not by much. He had 7 points in 3 games, and this is kind of crazy. Coming from me, I'm not a very good player, and Burns made me look awesome. Now, he had more points as a defenseman, but I prefer him as a forward. You see, when you have a big guy with 2 skilled guys like Crosby and McDavid, it's just a match made in heaven. He was a +2, had 17 shots, 15 hits. He was much more physical, and again, I went 2-1. Now, with all this being said, he has more points as a defenseman, but I would prefer him as a forward. Just, he was more physical, he created more open ice for his teammates. Playing alongside Crosby and playing alongside McDavid probably didn't hurt either. But as of right now, I'm saying Burns would be a better forward in NHL 17. Now, I want you guys to try this out. Just try Burns as a forward. You will not regret it, especially his Movember. He's just dominant. Now, I wish I had some bad thing to say, but I really don't, and that's weird because usually I can criticize a player here and there, but I just do not have anything bad to say about this guy. I mean, how can you have anything bad to say when you have a beard like this? So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you've tried Burns as a forward. Please do it. It is a lot of fun. Tweet me the stats, tweet me the hits, tweet me everything that Burns does for you. He's honestly just the best. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.